Welcome back, everybody, to Real Talk Realty Podcast, where we put the real in real estate. You are with your host, JD.
And Gabby.
And Louie.
And we are super excited to be with you today. Next week will be our month-end wrap-up, where we talk about what's going on here in the area for as far as real estate in November. We're going to put it out a little bit early, obviously, because we got the holidays going on, and usually there's not much going on in real estate during Thanksgiving and Black Friday weekend because everybody's out getting deals on everything else but a house.
Yes, exactly.
True.
But
we have
I have an announcement.
Oh, yeah.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
So a couple months back, everybody noticed that JD looked a little different. He accidentally cut off his mustache. And it was a bad day. But today...
We're back.
It's back.
It's starting to curl.
We're back.
Curl on the ends.
Starting to curl.
That's his signature look. So he's back in the game.
You're starting to see it from behind now. You can see it coming through, like, you know, if you're looking at the backside, you're going to start seeing it come out.
Right in time for the holidays.
Right in time for the holidays. Keep the face warm. Got a little beard going, but yeah, no, I'm glad we're back. I'm glad the mustache is back. And we're going to talk about something a little different today.
Yes.
And I think a lot of you out there would have some questions. And if so, when you see the video, drop them down into the comments and we'd be happy to respond. But really, we hear a lot from a lot of you about getting a career in real estate. And
by the way, I got a call from one of my past clients, and she asked me what it involves.
yeah.
And I told her.
Wow.
So yeah, there are quite a few people wanting to get into the career.
And I will say, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't an absolutely wonderful career, but it's not always as sexy as it appears.
Or as easy as some people think.
I think that
It
is the
is.
misconception that a lot of people have. Because, like, I get a lot of calls. I had one on the way here. And they see, like, on the outward, oh, yeah, you're closing back to back to back. It must be so easy. But they're not seeing everything that we have to deal with. Literally right before we hit play on here, JD was, like, pacing back and forth trying to save a deal that was about to fall apart. So it goes to show you that it doesn't always look perfect like you think it looks, right? There's so much that goes on in the background
Not only
that
do
you
you
guys
have
don't
to
get to see.
Yeah, you don't have to. Not only do you have to deal with clients, but in JD's case, and most of the time, all of us have to deal with other agents.
Other irresponsible agents who don't do the job very well.
Correct.
Who don't answer their phones.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. There's so many moving pieces to it all. It's not as simple as find a buyer, find them a house, go to closing. It's just, I wish it was that easy, but it's not. And all that goes into finding the buyer or finding the seller. And, we're here to help people, but you got to have people to help. And half the battle, I would say 80% of the battle, is finding the people to help, right?
That is correct. Yes, it's not an easy task, and it takes a lot of effort. And you got to talk to people. You got to work your base, work your database, make calls. A lot of things go into getting your people.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. In this business, it's very rewarding because you are really, I always tell people that real estate is the backdrop to your life. So when you're buying a house, it's the backdrop to your life. It's where all your best memories are going to be created. It's where many are starting a family, where many are downsizing. And it's a very serious thing. It's the largest financial purchase that anybody's going to make in their life for the most part. And so we take it very seriously, finding them the right home that's going to set their lives up, not just, finding them a place to live, but set their lives up for success and, for memories to come. And there's a heavy responsibility with that too. You don't want to drop the ball. You want to make sure they're getting a good deal. You want to make sure that the house they're getting is a healthy house, something that they're not going to run into tons of problems down the road. But, there's a lot of people I notice on social media, especially, and in the comment sections that have nothing nice to say about realtors. We're all swindlers and tricksters, and we're just out
Scammers.
That is so far from the truth.
Well, for some of us.
For some of us.
Yeah. And
right.
And you'll always be able to tell who's genuinely in this to help people because it comes out eventually if you're not,
Right.
You know what I just found out?
What?
Okay, there's this agent, and I won't say their name because honestly, I don't even think I remember his last name, but there's a client who actually is not one of my clients, but A lender told me about this client, and I guess she was trying to tell them that they needed to switch realtors. This realtor does not go with them to the showings, gives them the combo code,
What?
and just has the customers looking at the houses by themselves. That's
Illegal.
illegal, right? First of all, illegal. I always
Unethical.
tell that. Yes, right. But also on top of that, not only are you breaking the rules, she found a house that she liked on her own. He took 5 days to write the offer, and by the time he wrote it, they already had another offer. It was gone. So, like, these people are picking these agents. I don't even know where you're finding these agents, but, like, they're not doing their job at all. They are not representing you. Like, you're literally doing it on your own and just waiting for the agent to have time.
Yeah.
Right?
That's just not right on so many
I mean, there's
levels.
just so much that you see in this business.
So this goes back to how it all starts, right? So for those of you who don't know what's involved in getting into real estate, first you have to obtain your real estate license. Unfortunately, the bar to get your real estate license has not been set incredibly high. So, and another noteworthy thing is that, you know, what you learn during the course of your real estate education and training and getting prepped for the exam has literally nothing to do with the action of doing real estate. It is more so a text that is there to help you understand on how to not get sued and all the different liabilities and responsibilities, but it does not tell you how to start and find a house and negotiate and get in and all these different things. And I tell you that because anybody, and I mean anybody that's breathing with a pulse, can go get a real estate license. That is not going to show them how to do real estate. So,
Correct.
and you're
So
not
when
going to
I-
be successful either.
Right. When I started, I always told everybody, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And when you get your real estate license, yes, you have a license to practice real estate, but there is a ton of stuff that you have to learn and master in order to be a good realtor.
But I think that's why we see it. We see so many agents come into the business, and then a year later, it's crickets.
I want to be my own
Hit
boss.
the crickets, Louis. Where are the crickets?
Oh, where are the
Cricket.
crickets? I don't know.
Like
where the
you-
crickets-
I want to get into
just-
real estate so I can be my own boss.
So I can make so much money.
I want to make so much money, honey.
And then a year later, they
No,
throw
less-
in a towel.
less than that.
Sometimes less than a year, they're gone. I mean, but you hear about how many like thousands of agents leaving
Yeah.
the industry
Yeah.
within a year.
And especially in a time where there's any sort of challenge to overcome. Every time that the market or say, you know, National Association of Realtors, like they did last
Yes.
August, not this past August, but the August before, anytime a challenge has come up, you will quickly see the evacuation of all the new realtors that aren't getting the guidance. And so that's what I kind of wanted to talk to. So obviously when you come and you get your real estate license, the very first thing that you have to do afterwards is hang your license with a brokerage. Okay. And that brokers are there to basically have your back, right?
and teach you.
And teach you. Well, not all brokers are going to teach, but they know the real estate law. They know when you could potentially be in trouble, and they're there to make sure as much as possible that you don't get in trouble, and that is the point of a broker. So you get your license, you hang it up with the broker, you have the option then to then go on a team, or you can do it as an individual.
Can I say something about the team?
Sure.
So it's really important. When I first started in my career in real estate, I knew that I didn't know a lot of stuff. And one of the things that is beneficial to joining a team is you're not doing everything on your own, and you have a plethora of people who can teach you, and you can go to and ask questions or listen to them on the phone or listen to them talking to a client. There's a lot to learn. So,
A ton.
So going solo, if you've ever been in sales before, is not a good idea. I really suggest joining a team. But what JD said, I mean, I think that anybody who goes to join a team, you have to interview that broker as much as that broker is interviewing you.
Exactly. That is
yeah,
100%
I don't think
true.
I could. I don't think I could do without a team. Like I couldn't do what I do without the team that we have
No.
because like there's just so much that goes into it. And this goes back to that freaking question. It looks so easy. It can be, right? It can be like sometimes, but there's so much that goes into it. And if you don't have the right team, you will fail and you will crumble.
Well, the success rate for an individual that's newly licensed going completely solo is so low. Not saying it doesn't happen. There are those of you who, and that's where if you are going to go solo, you really do lean more onto your brokerage and your broker. Whereas, I always came in from a team environment. So when I came in 6 years ago, I started on a team. I learned pretty much everything I needed to learn there. I almost had no affiliation, or not, I don't want to say no affiliation, but I didn't really have any knowledge that was coming directly from my broker. Not to say that they didn't have tools and things to take advantage of, but I was taking advantage of what was right in front of me, which was the team. And now the team that, we're all on now, it takes the legwork out of almost everything so that we can focus on the important things that we're talented at, which is just talking to people, helping people, being out in the field, negotiating, all the things, and the paperwork and kind of the minutia of the other things can go to our back end.
And one of the things that I have to say is that we have a great team because of our team leader. Rob Kropp is an outstanding man, and he always has our backs. And every Tuesday at every meeting we have is full of knowledge.
Yeah.
And he's titled the Problem Fixer.
My gosh, he fixes so many problems for us. But one thing, okay, so
mostly Gabby's problems.
And what did he say at our meeting today? He says, listen, if you don't go it alone, if there's a problem, call.
Yeah.
And we will talk it through to make sure that we are doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So he's not someone who's going to get upset because you call him.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think the team leader, of course, is super important. One of the most important things too, but it's also the brokerage and what the brokerage offers, because there's a lot of brokers out here that just want to recruit people, right? But don't necessarily offer the things that like Keller Williams offers.
Like team camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Team camaraderie.
Komodo dragon.
Okay, so look, I'm going to share this text that I got on the way here, okay? So I'll leave this person's name out, but they reached out because they, I guess, were given my information, and I work for Keller Williams, and so they wanted to know if Keller Williams was a good brokerage, right? And so I, of course, responded and gave all of my information, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I gave my opinion. I think Keller Williams is great. They offer so much training, resources, a ton. And this is what he said. Do you work at Keller Williams full-time? Just to drive my point, I have a full-time job while doing realtor work on the side. The goal is to be realtor full-time, but my current brokerage isn't helpful. I just don't want to get overwhelmed with too much structure at a place like KW or RE/MAX. Right now, I just have transactions few and far between. I just hear that there needs to be a commitment to KW regarding training, meetings, etc., which is my concern. Training can be good, but if it's overwhelming, it might burn me out with other life. Sorry for the subjective question. I just hear good things about you. Thought it would be unbiased coming from someone like you. Thanks
Why don't you
again.
just tell her to come to the team?
So, okay, here was when I read that, okay, and I want to hear your thoughts. First of all, you're going to get whatever you put in. Okay, so if you come and you switch brokerages just thinking, I'm with Keller Williams, I'm going to make $1 million.
You can.
You can, but you need to put that work in, right? So, yes, there can be overwhelming, too much structure, all that kind of stuff. But if you're not willing to learn, if you're not willing to attend the meetings, and not necessarily everyone, right? Because we miss sometimes, but like you have to be, you have to be willing, like you have to be a go-getter. I work a full-time job. Okay, and JD hates it because sometimes our schedule conflicts, and then he yells at me and says that everything revolves around me.
Let me tell you something about Gabby.
Yeah,
her idea of compromise is just simply the other person bending over and doing whatever.
True.
She does not compromise.
Or I'm going to punch you.
Or I'm going to punch you. Threatens violence, says she's going to punch me, and then has the nerve. I come in, I set the camera up, I get all these lights and all this. She comes walking in 7 minutes late with her pinky out in a Starbucks cup. Oh, no big deal. No, wait a second. I was going to tell. No.
First of all, I called him like 8 times to try
And
to
I
explain the
ignored.
situation.
There is no explanation.
Guys,
Ignored.
if you want to come in real estate, do not be like JD and ignore the calls.
I ignore your calls, not anybody else's calls. No,
but it's true what she says.
Yeah.
It's true. Real estate is that kind of career that you're going to get out of it what you put into it.
well, like that girl, like for example, she means well, but you could just tell she doesn't know what she doesn't know. Back to Louie's point, because she's talking about the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, all right. So in the same paragraph, you said you're trying to leave your full-time job and go full-time in real estate, but you don't want to be too committed to the trainings and the You don't go full-time and do high volume by not learning, right? You're going to learn everything. If you're interested in doing something, you're going to learn about it. And so, you see a lot of that though.
Yeah.
That's like, and I think realistically, she just needs to talk to a team leader.
Yeah.
And
What I was going to say is that although Gabby does have another full-time job along with full-time real estate, she is right now as we speak the top agent on our team, and she is hitting 10 million. So that is an amazing
that's
accomplishment.
it. That's it.
But it goes to show you that it's possible.
10 million? That's
Yeah,
it.
it is
I'm
possible.
over it, but it's okay. We'll stick with 10 million.
Yeah, it is possible.
It's possible though, and I mean that just goes to show you I work full time. You get what you put in, right?
Yeah, so I agree with that. I always like the idea. It's like, oh, I can give myself a raise at any time.
Right.
A lot of that was always the appeal. I don't like having a ceiling, right?
Yeah.
And in this business, there literally is no ceiling.
Literally.
Then you learn different things like the advanced stuff, like learning leverage and how to use your time effectively and getting help and expanding and scaling up and things like that.
How to work your base.
How to work your base.
And get into different aspects of real estate, like commercial real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, relocation specialist and getting people relocated
Yep.
through corporations.
Yep.
So there's a host of things that you can get into.
I mean, there's so much, like the opportunities are endless, but you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to be under someone who you can like cling to and like learn with, right? You have to be willing to put in the hours, the work. You have to be willing to work on vacation. I mean, I think all of us
weekends.
can say like we work weekends, we work vacations. Maybe not JD. Maybe he turns his phone off a couple hours because sometimes he doesn't answer us. But
First off,
you have to be willing. You have to be flexible. Like, right? Tell the Dubai story.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
If a client calls you and says, "Hey, listen, Louie, I just saw a house.
Yeah.
Can we go see it today?"
Yeah.
And it's Sunday.
Yeah. That's
I
sucks.
say,
I'll be like, listen, this is the Lord's day.
it is the Lord's day. But my response, sure, no problem. We can do it after church.
Yeah. There you go.
You know?
Yeah, definitely try to set some boundaries. I'm still working on that, but
Listen, I'm a big boundary setter.
he is I think he's the biggest boundary setter on our team.
I love a
because-
good boundary.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So if
like to
you
bend
come at me,
backwards.
if you come at me and no notice, and you want to see a house on Saturday, I'm gonna just shoot you a couple alternate days. But hey, it's because you got to give me notice. Now, if you tell me 3 days before, hey, I see this house coming up on the market. Can I go take a look at it? Yep, absolutely. But,
Well, I bend backwards for my clients, and so does Louis. So if you need somebody who bends backwards,
No.
just call me or Louis.
I bend a regular way. I bend full regular. Not the other way.
So the first thing you mentioned was you have to take a good real estate course.
Yeah.
Then you have to study for that test
Yep.
and pass it.
Yep.
Then the second thing you have to do is start interviewing brokerages
Yep.
to make sure you land in the right place.
And my suggestion, just my personal suggestion,
Keller
is
Williams.
always start with a team and Keller Williams, but start with a team.
yeah.
Because the team is going to give you the training wheels to
Yeah.
get to where you need to
A
go.
wealth of knowledge.
I mean,
that you
I
will
can
receive.
speak to that. My first year, I wasn't in a team, and my first year, I think I did like 2 deals the whole year.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the average what's the average
Oh.
sale that a real estate agent does?
It was like the average, according to the National Association of Realtors,
The average realtor.
I think it was like the average realtor sells like 2 to 3 houses a year or something.
There you go.
Check that
And
out.
Gabby's at how many this year so far?
Oh my gosh, like 37.
37?
Yeah.
For real?
Danielle just texted me. Yeah, I think it was like 37 or 36.
37. But wait, how many million are you at then?
I don't know.
I did 28 my first year.
Okay, I think it was 34. Like right now, I think I'm at like 12 something.
Did you have some like tiny ones in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I had
So a
couple
couple
this
trailers.
year a couple land ones that were like 80,000.
Yeah.
And so those kind of, added up and yeah.
Well, you got to take care of everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. Can't pick and choose. That is one thing.
Right.
You
So
cannot do.
after you join the right team, right?
Yep.
You soak up all the knowledge you can,
Yep.
and that team will be there for you.
Yeah.
It's been there for me.
Yep.
And then, like,
Tell
Gabby
yourself
just-
this: the first
yeah.
couple of years gonna be grindy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be grindy.
grind all day.
You got to
long.
prospect. You got to make the calls. You got to send the emails. You got to do the follow up. You got to send the searches. You got to do all those things.
Yeah.
You cannot slack in your first couple of years.
No, it's the opposite. You got.
I don't say you slack ever, but just
Right.
don't slack in the
Yeah.
first couple of years because you will just sink. Your ship will sink. People, so wait, if you don't sell, you don't get paid. I'm like,
No?
no.
You know what's the gauge? A good gauge to use to find out if you are a good realtor?
Ooh.
Here's the gauge. The gauge is when past clients start calling you back.
That's a good one.
When past clients start calling you back or referring you family,
Yes.
friends, then you know that you're doing a good job.
Yeah. And I will say this year was my biggest year for
Referrals.
Yeah.
It was mine too.
I mean, really, and having that in a challenging market
Yeah.
is always a nice to have because it's people that you weren't expecting, and you're doing your prospecting. You might not be getting as much as you want, and
Right.
then
Yep.
you get those in
And
there.
those challenging markets where a lot of realtors leave,
Yeah.
that's just more market share for the realtors who stay.
And
Yeah.
thug it out. Yep. That's true.
Thug it out.
Thug it out. All right. Well, we're coming up on time, but real quick, if you
So
had
Gabby
one
was
piece of-
late, and then she said, "I'm going to be 7 minutes late, and I'm going to cut your stuff off early." So we don't make the rules. We're just living in Gabby's world.
So we're gonna end here with one final piece of advice that you would have for someone who's looking to get into real estate. What is one thing that you would tell them, like just a piece of advice, something that you would tell them?
Well, my piece of advice would be if you are not a people person and you don't enjoy talking to people and you don't like learning the right way, then this is not for you. This is not easy work. And I have to say that. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not easy. There are bumps on the road, and real estate is like a roller coaster,
Yeah.
right?
It can be.
It can be,
Yeah.
And it's something that you have to learn, and it's something that you have to be totally into in order to make it.
Yeah. JD,
You go.
I'm still thinking.
Okay. My advice for everybody is don't do it. More for me.
Okay, Gabby, what is your advice? What is your advice? That
Okay,
you would
my
give?
advice would be don't do it more for me. I love that. Okay, side note. My advice would be come in with an open mind. You have to be a freaking hustler. If you're not a hustler, you're not gonna be successful. Okay, get under a mentor who will mentor the crap out of you until you get to achieve what you want to achieve. You have to be a grinder. You have to be willing to listen. It's not about being the best. You have to freaking you have to like be under someone who you can actually learn from. If you're gonna do that and you're gonna put in the time and you're gonna prospect, JD doesn't like prospecting.
Hey,
But if
that is
you
not true.
prospect,
That is not true.
You will get it. You will
Right.
get
So with that said, Gabby, I'm going to leave everybody with this one quote that was told to me by Rob Kropp when I first interviewed him,
I think I know what
and
this
he
is.
interviewed me.
Go ahead, say it.
He said, "If you just do
The thing!
things,
Do
you
the freaking
will,
thing!"
you will succeed in real
Yes,
estate.
I love that.
It's true. You got to
freaking
do
love
the
that.
thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we love you guys. If you guys are actually serious about getting into real estate, you want us to like help you, mentorship you. If you like have questions, reach out to us. If you have questions about Keller Williams, reach out to JD, myself, or Louie. We're happy to help you. Any other closing statements?
No.
Yes. Whatever you do, be careful with those scissors. Don't.
They were clippers, Louie.
Oh, God.
I will be careful. But no, thank you for joining us, everybody. Tune in next week for the month-end recap with none other than Rob Kropp.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Peace.